574162, hello?
Rachel?
Yes, Mum?
It's for you.
Hello? Eric? Is anything wrong? You need me to come and help? Okay, don't panic. Just stay where you are. I'll be with you in 5 minutes. Just going out, Mum. Shan't be long. Eric! It's me! What happened? You fell down the stairs? Are you all right? I think we'd better get you round to the vet, Eric.
I'm very sorry, Mrs. Bolting, but well, once they're dead, there's not a lot I can do. Right, who's next? Oh, hello. It's Eric, isn't it? What seems to be the trouble?
Well, I think he's hurt his leg.
Has he? Well, if you'd like to take him through to the surgery, we'll have a look at it, shall we? Which leg is it?
It's the back one here. Sorry, this one.
Right. Yes. Well, there's certainly something not quite right. What happened exactly?
Well, his sister left her roller skate on the landing, and he trod on it and fell down the stairs.
You've a dog that roller skates, have you?
Sorry?
Well, you said his sister has a pair of skates.
Oh, yes.
Must be a very talented family. Penny, could you set up for an X-ray, please?
Right.
I think that's the best way of finding out what's wrong. Well, it could be worse.
Could it?
It's a fracture, but not a very severe one. On the lower half of the fibula. Yeah, can you see the little line just there?
Will he need an operation?
Oh, I don't think so. If it happened to you or me, we'd have to have the leg put in plaster. But with dogs, it's often better to let it heal up on its own. They can hop around quite well on 3 legs.
I see.
Now, the important thing is to keep him indoors for a few days and to try and keep him quiet.
Yes. What are you doing?
Oh, well, I noticed from my notes that he's due for his booster shot against distemper. So I thought I'd do it now.
He doesn't really like injections.
You don't have to worry about that. Dogs don't really feel anything, you know. Not like us.
How are you feeling?
My leg's not too bad. I've got a big bruise where my injection was, though.
I'm sorry, Eric, but I couldn't stop him.
Sure this is a good idea, Rachel?
You heard what the vet said, Eric. If you're a human, that leg ought to be put in plaster. Excuse me.
Yes.
My friend's hurt his leg.
Fortunately, it's not too severe, but it will need to be put in plaster.
Will it? Well, you won't mind if I get one of our doctors to take a look at it as well, just for a second opinion.
Oh, no, not at all.
Probably a good idea.
Well, I'm afraid you've got a fractured fibula, young man. See? There. All here. Fortunately, it's not very severe, but we will need to put it in plaster, nurse.
Yes, Doctor.
So, what's the situation with your parents? They know what's happened?
I don't think so. They've gone to my gran's for the day.
Oh. Well, we'll get nurse to give your gran a ring and ask them to come over.
I already have, Doctor. They're not there.
Aren't they?
Eric's grandmother told me that she knows Mr. and Mrs. Banks told Eric they'd be there, but they're not, and where they've really gone is a secret.
A secret?
Who's Eric?
I am.
Ah. So, Eric's parents said they'd gone to his grandmother's, but they've really gone somewhere else. And we don't know where.
Yes.
Isn't that rather odd?
I think so.
Well, I think we'll have to go ahead anyway. A non-weight-bearing cast, I think, nurse. Starting here and up to just below the knee.
There we go. I'll be the first one to sign it, shall I?
Thanks.
Okay, Rachel, he's all yours.
You okay?
Fine.
You want anything to eat?
I'm starving.
They've got a shop downstairs. I'll get you a sandwich. But first, I found this in the hospital toy box.
Morse code.
It's perfect, Derek. Just what we need for an emergency like this morning. Anytime you're in trouble, you see, you just buzz a message and I come running. It's brilliant.
I don't think it's quite that simple, Rachel.
Of course it is. Cheese and tomato.
What?
A sandwich.
Oh, yes, right, thanks. Just as a message. To receive a message, your partner must be wearing the headphones. I knew it wasn't going to be that simple.
Hello? What do you want? Biscuit? Right, only one bit, or you'll spoil your tea. Suppose you wouldn't have to know what a whoopee cushion is. Had this letter from my grandson. He wants one for his birthday. If I knew what it was, I'd be only too glad to give it to him. Oh, he's such a nice lad. I suppose you wouldn't be able to tell me even if you knew, would you? All right. But you better go and eat it outside. I don't think they approve of dogs in here. Hey! You'd better get the vet to look at that leg.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Everything all right, love?
Fine.
Well, what did he say?
He said it's definite, Charles. And it's going to be twins.
They didn't have cheese and tomato, Eric. You can have cheese and chutney, ham and tomato. Oh, Eric, not again.
Everything all right?
I think so. He's just having a little sleep.
Good, good.
Do you mind if I stay here?
Good idea. Be nice for him to have a friend round when he wakes up.
Yes. I think he's going to need one.
You are pleased, aren't you?
Of course I am, love. Of course I am. It's wonderful news.
Well, you looked a bit worried.
Oh? I was just wondering how the children would take it.
Do you mind if we don't tell them, just for a bit?
No, if that's what you want.
Only, I'd like it to be our little secret for a few days, if you know what I mean.
Of course I do, love. Our little secret.
You are over the moon, aren't you, Charles?
It is wonderful. You'll have to tell him to wake up now, Rachel. Doctor's coming round.
You want me to wake him up?
If you would, please.
The doctor's coming now.
That's right. He needs to check the cast on Eric's leg. Make sure it's comfortable, that sort of thing.
He's asleep. You can't wake him up now, not when he's asleep.
I'm afraid it's the sort of thing we nurses do all the time, Rachel. Don't worry. I think he'll survive. Now then, Eric. How are you feeling?
Fine.
Good, good. Doctor wants to check your plaster. It's all quite comfortable, is it?
Yes, I think so.
Splendid.
It's just that
Yes?
I think it's come off.
Off? Come off?
Yes.
What happened?
I don't know. I just woke up and there it was.
You must have been tossing and turning in your sleep, Eric.
Yes, I do toss and turn a lot. When I'm asleep.
Stay there.
That was a close one.
I know.
You don't normally change twice in one day, do you?
I think it's the heat. I've noticed before that anything above 25 degrees, I'm swapping skins like a yo-yo.
Well, if they're right about the greenhouse effect, Eric, you're in real trouble.
I think I already am. I've just seen my parents
Where?
down in the antenatal clinic. My mother's going to have twins.
Twins? That's brilliant.
Is it?
Of course it is. I didn't think your mother still could. I thought she was too old. Why? What's the matter? Don't you like babies?
I don't mind babies, Rachel, but I've already got one sister, and we live in a 3-bedroomed house.
So?
So I'd have to share my bedroom, won't I?
Lots of people have to share a bedroom, Eric. Oh.
It's hard enough keeping this dog thing a secret as it is, Rachel. If I had to share my room with someone...
You'll never do it.
No. I like it being a secret, Rachel. I like it that no one knows except you. But if everyone found out...
You seem to be causing us quite a lot of trouble today, young man.
Sorry?
Never mind. We're used to it. We're just a little puzzled as to how it happened. It's all right. Nothing to be upset about.
It's not that. He's just had some bad news.
My mother's going to have twins.
It means sharing a bedroom.
That's not the end of the world, is it? Sharing a room?
I had to share with one of my brothers when I was a boy.
There you are, you see.
It was awful. Mind you, my brother was particularly unpleasant. Yours might be all right. One never knows.
Thank you.
Whether it's brothers or sisters, Eric, I think you'll find them very exciting.
Mine trod on my Meccano set. I built this really good crane. Took me weeks, and he just... Still, one has to live with these things.
We'll give Eric another plaster, shall we, Doctor? Dr. Phelps?
What? Oh, yes, of course. Thank you, Staff. Yeah. You know, good idea. He always said it was an accident, but I know he was lying. He did it on purpose, you know. Just came in and jumped on it, quite deliberately. Jumped on it. Yeah.
Excuse me. We're looking for our son, Eric.
Mr. and Mrs. Banks?
That's right.
He's all right, is he?
He's fine, Mrs. Banks, just fine. We'd like to keep him in for tonight, just in case of concussion. He banged his head as well when he fell. Nothing to worry about. He's over here. I'll show you.
Thank you very much.
Oh, yes, thank you very much.
And congratulations
Sorry?
about the twins. Very exciting.
You know about that?
Eric told us earlier. I think it's wonderful.
Eric told you?
Yes, he was... Oh, Dr. Phelps! Eric's mother and father have arrived. Dr. Phelps is the one who looked after Eric's leg.
Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Banks, how do you do?
He's really all right, is he?
Yeah, there's nothing to worry about, Mrs. Banks. Just a simple fracture of the fibula. No, young Eric's fine. Apart from being a bit depressed about this bedroom business, of course.
Sorry?
Well, when these twins of yours arrived. No, I was telling Staff here. I had to share a room once with a brother who jumped on my Meccano set. Yeah, you wouldn't believe it, would you? But he did. He just came in one afternoon, quite deliberately, and well, he jumped on my Meccano set. Yeah. Here we are.
I gather you've already heard our little piece of news
News?
about the twins.
Oh, that. Yes.
How did you know?
I think a nurse told me, Dad.
She just said you told her.
That was probably a different nurse, Charles. The point is, Eric, that when the babies arrive, it'll mean a few changes.
Yes.
It'll probably mean moving house for a start.
Not very far. We'll stay in the same area, but we'll need somewhere bigger, you see.
Somewhere with more bedrooms, that sort of thing. You won't mind, will you?
Oh, no, that's fine.
Good. And you don't mind about having a little baby brother and sister?
I think it's brilliant, Mum. Brilliant.
Well, I'm glad you're pleased about it all, Eric, because this is something your father and I have wanted for a long time, and we're very excited. Aren't we, Charles?
Oh, thrilled, love. Over the moon.
So everything's all right? Yeah, needn't have worried. We won't move far because of Dad's work and everything, but it's okay. You want the last one? No, go ahead. What is that? Oh, yes. My next brilliant scheme. For an emergency. I was thinking, you see, any time you ring out as a dog and you want to tell me where you are, we can use this map. Oh, yes. Well, I'll have it by the phone at home. And I just ask, are you to the north of the A42? And you say, woof woof. So I know you're in this direction. Now, are you east of Penfield Ridge? Woof woof. So I now know you're phoning from the middle of the reservoir, you're drowning, and I can come and rescue you. What do you think? It's really good. Yes, I thought so. Better than the Morse buzzer idea, anyway. Which reminds me, better take this back. Oh, no, don't do that. You want to keep it? I had this idea. I might need it this evening.
Hello? Oh, it's you again. Oh, what's this? A Morse code transmitter. Well, my word. I haven't seen one of these since the war. 4 I used to be a signaller in the Wrens. 24 words a minute. I wonder if I remember. Did you do that on purpose? Do it again. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, I'll write it down. Now, right away. Not too fast. Remember, it's a long time since I've done this.
Are you all right?
Not now, Barry. No, not now, Barry. I'm busy.
But Mrs. Wilkins...
Please, this is very important. Sorry, you'll have to do that last bit again. Was it da-di-da or da-di-dee? Oh, thanks. Is that it? Is that the whole thing? Right. A whoopee cushion is a sort of rubber balloon which makes a rude noise when you sit on it. Oh, how silly. Of course, I used to have one of those when I was a girl. Oh, thank you. It's very kind of you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mrs. Wilkins' room.
I hear trouble.
She's taking more
Let's make a run for it. Here.
Come and have a look for yourself. You're kidding me, Barry. I'm not. Come and look.
Is everything all right, Mrs. Wilkins?
Yes, thank you. Couldn't be better.
Barry here said that you were taking Morse messages from a dog.
Yes, clever little chap. Oh, but not all that clever. He's left the H out of whoopee.
You've got an Eric Banks in here, boy with a fractured fibula.
That's right. Down the end. Why?
Well, it's just, I was on duty when he came in here today. Do you know, he knew exactly what was wrong with his leg before the doctor had looked at it. There was something odd about him.
You can say that again. Here. This is the plaster we put on his leg this afternoon.
But how...
He says it came off in his sleep.
You see some funny things in here, don't you? I've just been talking to a woman that gets Morse messages from a dog.
A dog?
Seriously. I think it's time I went home. I'll see you tomorrow.
Night.
Night.
I don't believe it. He's done it again.
There's more from Woof next weekend at the same time here on Carlton Kids.